So another technique you can use with the hair is adding it to the fingers. Now imagine that you're doing a werewolf costume. An easy way to give some more realistic technique is to add some hair to the fingers. So what you can do, so I'm using spirit gum for this because it doesn't need to be as comfortable as the face. I'm going to add a little bit of hair or a little bit of the spirit gum into the knuckles and a little in the center of the hand. Dry that down and let it get tacky. And I just have a tiny little piece for this. Work in much smaller pieces for the hand than you would the face. Place your hand up here and bend your fingers a little bit. There you go. Have them bend their fingers a little bit. That way the hand doesn't glue straight open. That way the knuckles can bend. Okay, and that's about ready. So then you would just do the exact same thing. You cut it on the edge like that. And then you start to fill in. Now imagine you're working on a werewolf project. Now you know how to make and apply your own claws, and you also can add some hair into the look to give more of a full costume. Or it could be a caveman also. You could do a caveman that has some hairy knuckles or hairy hands or things like that. It's the same technique as the face, just in smaller pieces and on the hands. This one, of course, would be trimmed much shorter, or maybe not, depending on your character. And certainly would not be as well groomed as the face either. Unless it is, unless that's part of the character. You can also add this to the arms. Really anywhere that you need to add some hair into, this hand laying technique can be a great method for you and also cost effective. Now you've got a gross, hairy finger. And we can check on the silicone. It's still a bit tacky, so it's still not fully cured yet. So we're gonna keep letting this cure. And then once it's cured, we'll just paint around to blend everything else together. So once your silicone has cured around the nail here, what you want to do is just go ahead and paint on top with your skin illustrator and go in light washes and build it up to where you want it. I'm starting with a color that's close to skin tone here. I'm going to go in and make it look pretty gross, but at least for the first initial to cover the shininess and blend a bit more, I'm going fairly close to skin tone here. And don't forget about the sides also. Don't just focus on what you see on the top. Look at the side, look at that side. Again, you can look at this front area here, make sure that it has everything where you want it to be. It's another one of those detail things that you don't want to forget about. If you only do it from the top, then it loses the realism, because when you see it from the side, you see something totally different. Imagine you were doing a really cool, like a crow makeup or something, and you needed some black crow talons. You could just glue this in, adhere this to the nail, and then paint everything one flat wash of black, and it would look really cool, like it was just coming right out of the hand. So what I'm going to do, now that we have a decent level there, I'm going to make just kind of like a dirty color, just to add some detail around the outside of the nails here, to continue this sort of gross trend that they have. Kind of muddle it around. Again, not doing everything completely perfect. We want it to look a bit imperfect. If you have some dirt powders, this would be a good time to put some dirt powder underneath the nail here. Again, just finishing the look, not leaving parts out of it. Pull this up a little bit more too. Trying to create the illusion of some really nasty old hands here. Maybe he's been out in the wilderness for so long he started growing hair, and his nails are gross because he's been eating sticks and fending for his life in the wilderness. So he's got some gross hands. Maybe even add a little bit of an aged blood underneath too. Make it look really gross under there. Maybe add a little on the sides. Just adding detail around will give you more realism to the look. You could even put some actual blood in there if you wanted to, but I like the effect of the dry blood look. And then you have the look of a really natural, gross hand. And again, you could do the same with the creature nails. You just adhere it to the nail, blend the silicone in to make it look like it's growing out of the hand as opposed to just being placed on top of there, and then paint it how you want it and just manipulate it to get a really either cool or gross effect out of it.